Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Electrical Concepts. My name is Avigyan Roy. So in this video lecture, we will discuss maximum power transfer theorem. So in my previous video lecture also we have seen different concepts of maximum power transfer theorem. So here we will continue. Okay. So as you can see here, I have again shown the circuit diagram, the same circuit diagram which I showed in my last video lecture. But now the question is different. This question may be asked in interview or in exam, that for a fixed RL, when that RL is not equal to your internal resistance, then what will be the condition for maximum power transfer? Okay, that means when your RL is not same as internal resistance, but we know that for maximum power transfer theorem the condition needs to be RL equals to R in. But when it is not possible, that means your RL is completely fixed, then what is the condition? So the answer is very simple. The answer is R in needs to be 0, or we can say R in needs to be tending towards 0, or R in should be as minimum as possible. So the reason is very simple. Your R in is the internal parameter of that system or that circuit, right? That you cannot actually change. So in that internal resistance, obviously there will be a loss, I square R loss, and that loss actually a wastage we can say. So that power in terms of loss actually doesn't contribute to your load. Okay, that power is completely wastage. So we will always want that loss should be as minimum as possible. Okay, so from that perspective you can easily say that R in, that means your internal resistance of the circuit should be as minimum as possible, so that the loss that takes place across that internal resistance, that should be minimum. Okay, and once it is minimum we will get maximum output power. Okay, so the concept is very simple. Okay, although it is not possible practically, because practically you cannot change the circuit parameters, because these things are already installed inside the circuit. So these internal resistance, these things are just internal parameters of that system, you cannot change it. This is just a theoretical perspective, nothing else. Okay, so now let's move further. So today we will discuss some numericals, okay, and we will see how to implement the maximum power transfer concept through numericals. Okay, so before that, see here I have given one circuit, and as you can see, this dotted box is actually showing the internal part of the circuit, where you get to see there is a source, 12-volt source, that means input voltage, and all these resistances are part of the internal resistance that we talk about, RIN. Okay, so these three resistances are the part of internal resistance. Okay, and outside this box there is the load resistance, as you can see. All right, so inside that box these things are constant, that you actually cannot change. The only thing that you can change practically is that load resistance. Okay, so now the point is, in order to apply that maximum power transfer theorem or that concept, you need to first convert this complicated circuit into a simple one. That means you need to convert this circuit to this. Okay, then only you can apply the maximum power transfer concept. So for that you already studied the Thevenin's equivalent circuit, Norton's equivalent circuit, right? So here we will apply Thevenin's equivalent circuit. So for that we need to first determine what is the Thevenin resistance. So you already know, in order to find the Thevenin resistance, you first need to make that terminal open, as you can see, and you need to look through the terminal, and you need to also replace the independent voltage source with its internal resistance. That means you need to replace it with a short circuit path, because the internal resistance of the independent voltage source is 0. These things you already know, right? So from here you can easily find the equivalent resistance, and that will be your Thevenin resistance. Okay, so now the most important and the also the most interesting fact is that, see here, whether it is Thevenin resistance or Norton resistance or internal resistance, all are same. Sometimes student may get confused among these three, but whether it is Thevenin, Norton or internal, all the three resistances are same. So here the internal resistance is nothing but 1.5 ohm. If you calculate from here, you will get this value 1.5 ohm, okay, and your Thevenin voltage will be 9 volt. So now we'll see the numericals, okay. So here I have given two circuits. So here the internal part is same for both these circuits, but the load resistance is different, okay. So first let's discuss about the first circuit. So as you can see here, you need to first convert this complicated circuit into a simple one. So as you can see here, Thevenin voltage is 9 volt, okay, and as because here you are actually using the Thevenin equivalent circuit, so definitely here you need to use that Thevenin voltage as the input voltage, okay, although it is hypothetical, but in Thevenin equivalent circuit you need to use the Thevenin voltage as your source, and the internal resistance is 1.5 ohm as I just showed in my previous slide, and load resistance is 1.5 ohm. As you can see here, both the resistances are same, hence it satisfies the condition of maximum power, and if you calculate, it will come to be 13.5 watt. So that is the maximum power that can be transferred from this circuit, okay. If I talk about the second circuit, as you can see here, all are same, the only different thing is the load resistance. Here the load resistance is not same as the internal resistance, hence you will not get the maximum power. So from here you can also see when your condition satisfied, you get the maximum power transfer, okay. One more point is left, and that is you remember I just told in the beginning that I just asked one question, that what if your load resistance is fixed and that is not same as the internal resistance, then what is the condition of maximum power? So I said the internal resistance should be 0 or it should tend towards 0, or we can say it should be as minimum as possible, right. So now you just compare this circuit with that circuit. Here as you can see, load resistance is fixed, but here internal resistance is different. See here it is 1.2 ohm, and as I said, if it is low, obviously you will get you will get more output power, right. So as you can see here, you are getting your power to be 13.76 watt. So if you compare these three, you will say this is the maximum power, right, because here it is 13.5, but here it is 13.76, but no, as you can see here I have written it is theoretical perspective, because it is not possible to implement practically. Practically this is actually the scenario. By maximum power transfer theorem we mean this, okay, we do not mean this one, alright, because actually you cannot change your internal resistance, because that is the internal parameter of the circuit. This is just a theoretical perspective, although here you are getting maximum power, but that will not be considered, this one will be considered, okay. So this is just for the sake of theoretical analysis, nothing else. So I hope you have got a good idea about maximum power transfer theorem. So I hope you have enjoyed this video, and please like, share, and also don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching and goodbye.